Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of operational word problems. This is standard 7.3b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 17 of the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So Maya's got a total of 120 caramel apples, and then we've just got some fractions here. So let me see if I can draw a strip diagram to kind of represent what we've got. So our total, they gave us 120. So that's our total quantity, 120 apples, but it's broken up into 4 different chunks. So let me just break this up into fourths. I'm not going to draw them proportional, because I don't know what that missing quantity is. So I don't know whether it's big or small. So I've got 1/5. Those are peanuts. I've got 1/3. Just going to put CC for chocolate chips. I've got 3/10 coconut. And what I'm looking for are sprinkles. Let's put SPR. So that's my missing amount, is this sprinkles right here. But look at my answer selections. My answer selections are not fractions. If I wanted to, I could find a least common denominator. I could change all of these fractions into that same denominator and figure out what that missing fraction is. But I'm actually just needing numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find numbers for each of these, the peanuts, chocolate chips, the coconuts, add those up, subtract from 120, and that will give me the amount of sprinkles left, because 120 is my total. So how do we do that? Well, let's start with our peanuts. Once we see how that works, it won't be that difficult. So my peanuts is 1/5, and I need to find 1/5 of 120. And whenever we're needing to take a fraction of something, that's our clue that we need to multiply. So we can actually use multiplication to figure out what amount, what number is equal to 1/5 of another quantity, like 120. So whenever we multiply, the nice thing is we don't need to find common denominators. We can just multiply straight across, as long as both are actually fractions. You notice how I wrote 120 kind of up a little bit? That's because any whole number, doesn't matter whether it's 1, 50, 120, or 8,336, it can be turned into a fraction just by putting it over 1. So now I simply multiply across. 1 times 120 is 120. 5 times 1 is 5. So I've got 120 over 5. That is an improper fraction. So how do I turn that into a mixed number, or maybe even a whole number? You divide up. So I'm going to end up dividing 5 into 120. So that's going to be 2. That's 10. Bring down that 2. There we go. So 24. So that's it. I've got 24 peanuts. So let's rinse and repeat. 1/3, that's my chocolate chips, times 120 over 1. That's going to be 120 over 3. All right, so we're going to divide 120 again. And let's see, divide by 3. That's going to be a little bit easier to look at that. That's going to be 40. All right, so 40. I'm almost there. I've got a 24. I've got a 40. 3/10 is going to be slightly different just because my numerator is going to change. So take a look at this. 3/10 times 120. So that's going to be 360 divided by 10. So that's just a slight difference right there. So let's say 10 goes into 36 3 times. 60. And that's going to go 6. Oh, that makes sense. We just drop the zeros off, and we're good to go. So I've got my 3 amounts. 24, 40, 36. None of those are an option, but that's fine. They shouldn't be. I want to say my 24, my 40, my 36. And I've got 10. And that's going to be 3, 6, 10. So I've got 100. So all of that equals 100 right here. And that's pretty easy. How much more do I need? Well, I'm just going to need 20 sprinkles. So my answer is D.